Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be breaking down a trade that we took on AUDJPY last week. In total we caught 190 pips from our initial entry. I didn't catch the full 190 pips because I did take a 1R loss at the beginning, but I was able to get a re-entry and catch 130 pips that I closed out for full profits. The re-entry had to take a risk to reward of 1 to 23, and the initial entry had a risk to reward of 1 to 21. I didn't actually hold, as I said, and I'm going to be explaining all of that. I do have screenshots of my entry before they actually happened, and I did post it on the Instagram. That will be in the description, so you can go look at that. I posted it, so this is the before, this is the after, and this is proof that I posted it on the Signal chat. So if I just show you it live on the Signal chat, here it is. You can see the date and time, February 28th, 2021, 10:17 p.m. So you can see all of that. It's not fake. Whilst we're on the topic of signals, a lot of people have contacted me for asking for access to the Signal chat. If you want to be added, I might be increasing the price soon. I feel like £150 is a very low price, and that's why so many people want to be added. If you want to be added while the price is so low, contact me on Telegram or go to the first link in the description so you can buy it immediately and don't have to contact me on Telegram. £150 for lifetime access or £100 a month for monthly access. So yeah, now it's been said, let's just delete everything off this chart and start the analysis. So let me just replay this market back here. Go to the 30-minute and then zoom in a bit. So what we had was for AUDJPY, we had a little bit of a ranging market. So retail traders would have been seeing that we were in a little area of support and resistance, this being our resistance, this being our support, and retail traders would have been selling and buying at resistance and support respectively, right? And if we go on to the lower time frame, so if we go on like the 1 minute time frame, we do have a mini range on the lower time frame that's going to be broken out of. But then what we had was, if I just play this market, we had a breakout to the downside of that mini range. So if you call this our mini range, we had a breakout to the downside and then an impulse upwards that broke structure, right? So therefore what we need to understand is at this point, so this zone here is an order block, right? There's going to be an order block sitting there because these are the sells that enabled smart money to open the buys that caused this impulse that broke structure, right? Therefore there's going to be an order block at this point. So what I did was, so let me just get rid of this range, I marked out that order block and I waited for the market to come back. So if I just play this market, you'll see that the market continues to skyrocket. This is on the 30-minute. So what I just waited for the market to come back. It does eventually do that on the 30-minute time frame on replay mode, so it might take its time. But I think at some point it should start coming back down. The move back down is fairly quick. Let me just do it on the 4-hour because it is kind of taking its time. There we go. So on the 1-hour time frame, if we go back to the 1 hour, you will notice that what I did was I entered off the one of this order block. So I call this our order block for reasons that I already explained. So I entered here and my stop loss was here. So I did take a 1R loss at this point. My stop loss was right there. I took a 1R loss, unfortunately, and that's the problem. That's probably one of the only problems with smart money. You are gonna have to deal with these losses sometimes because your stop losses are so small. So I took a 1R loss, fine. But I had faith because if I played this market, you'll see that the market completely reverses off of that point. So what I wanted to do was I wanted to get a re-entry, a potential re-entry. So what I did was I went down to the 1-hour time frame, 1 minute time frame, and I reset this chart and I started to look for potential re-entries, right? So what I noticed was, so if I just play this market, I think we had a break of structure to the upside from this point, right? And we have a clear order block. So this is our order block, and then we had our bullish bullish impulse that broke structure, right? So there's going to be an order block sitting here. So what I did was I marked out that order block and waited for the market to come back into that zone. And you'll see this is what happens. So let me just play this market just to make it come back quicker. Market comes back into our zone, and this is where I got my re-entry from. So you're going to see my re-entry right now. I think it does kind of take some time, so let's just go on to like the 5-minute, something like that. There we go. That was my re-entry. So here was my re-entry. This was where I re-entered from. And my take profits were up here. So if I go back up to the 1 hour time frame, we had a bias already because of that order block that got triggered, and we saw the market run from that order block for a good 100 pips. Then we got our re-entry, and then the re-entry ran for another 130 pips. So I set my take profit at this structure right there. You could have probably set it right here. If you were safe, if you wanted to be safe, you probably could have set it here, called out the order block, and perhaps be waiting for a reaction to the one of that order block. But I decided to just set it at the top of that candle, and we saw sniper entry, sniper exit. You're gonna see right now if I play this market, completely popped off. It's gonna hit our take profit very soon. Let it do its thing, and we got hit take profit. We hit take profit, and I was out of the trade. So in total, my risk to reward. So if let me just show you where I set my stop losses right here, right below that low of 1 to 18 risk to reward. So if I refine that to below the low, the stop loss was below the low, I got a risk to reward of 1 to 18, and I did actually take this trade. If I just show you on the signals, yeah, I did take these trades. So I don't want to click on these, but I did take these trades, and I do have it on the Instagram, the new Instagram that I've made, that was posted on the signal chat, and I've showed you that I've posted on the signal chat. So I did take these trades. In total, we got 130 pips. So if I just show you 130 pips, there you go. So yeah, it was an amazing trade. Very simple setup. No Wyckoff was used for this trade. Just pure order block, understanding liquidity, understanding where liquidity was in that mini range, that overall support and resistance as retail traders are going to be looking at, and then utilizing that to your advantage, and waiting for market to tap into certain areas of liquidity and getting re-entries. It just shows you that you don't always give up on a trade if you don't get that initial entry. Wait for potential re-entries, because the market will always be giving you opportunities to get re-entries, and this was my opportunity. We got a sniper entry, 1 to 18 risk to reward, 130 pips instead of 190 pips. Not a big difference, only 60 pips difference, right? So yeah, that was a quick breakdown. Thank you for watching. Again, if you want to be added to the signals chat, contact me on Telegram, or first link in the description. Just put in your bank details and you can buy it straight away and be added immediately. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see everyone in the next video. Bye.